Alright, before I start this review, I want to give a special shout out to Emilio Gasca. He does some fantastic artwork on his Instagram page, Emilio Draws, so you could go check that out on Instagram. He's a really cool fan, but I also wanted to give him a shout out for mentally prepping me for this movie. Halloween Resurrection came out in 2002 and is directed by Rick Rosenthal, the same guy that made Halloween 2 in 1981. So this movie takes place 3 years after H2O, to where you're wondering, how can there be another Halloween movie? Because last we saw Michael Myers, Laurie Strode cut his head off with an axe, and he was decapitated. Well, in an industry where money talks, Michael Myers switched costumes with a paramedic right after he crushed his throat and left him mute. So basically, Laurie Strode decapitated the wrong guy, and a father, of all people, and she's sent to a mental hospital. Michael Myers makes his way inside the hospital where Laurie Strode manages to escape, set up a trap for Michael Myers, but it doesn't work because she takes a moment to see if it's actually Michael Myers and not another person they switched costumes with. So Laurie Strode is killed. She is killed, for some reason kisses her brother on the lips through the mask, and that's it. That's the beginning of the movie. That's the very first scene. Man, what a way to just say fuck you to all the fans of H2O. They take away that victory from Laurie Strode and then end up killing her before the titles even come up. So now with Laurie Strode dead and Dr. Loomis dead, what is the movie about? Well, it follows a group of kids who take part in this reality TV show where they have to go through the old Myers house and pretty much spend the whole night in it. And the producers of the show are Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks. They basically strap head cams to all the kids as they wander around the house, and it's being broadcasted to the rest of the world. Pretty much one of the first internet streaming shows out there, or an early version of it, I guess. But it doesn't take long for Michael Myers to actually pop up and start killing off these kids one after the other, and that's the movie. I just really had no desire to see it, but you know, we got a new Halloween movie out. It's been out for a while, and of course when I'm reviewing all the other movies, I can't just skip over any of them. So I gave Resurrection a shot, and the very first scene of the movie, where it's Laurie Strode in the hospital and she's killed, is insulting. It's like one of the worst short films I've ever seen. And Jamie Lee Curtis really doesn't seem to care this time around. She did a good job in H2O, but this one, she just looked tired and just didn't want to be in it. Which I imagine she was like, you have me for one day, that's it. I don't know what the actual story is, but you could tell that she really did not want to be in this movie. Then the rest of the movie after that actually has a very interesting concept that I could get on board with. It's obviously supposed to cash in on films like the Blair Witch Project, where it has all these video cameras and you get a lot of point of view shots, but to do it in the style that they do it here is pretty interesting. A reality TV show where video cameras are strapped to all the contestants as they go around this old haunted house. And the movie at points has something to say about how fake reality TV is, which in a better movie, this could have been really cool. But unfortunately, this is not a better movie. This is Halloween Resurrection. So what you get instead are a bunch of really annoying and stupid characters. I will say this, no character in this movie is unlikable. Nobody in this movie is a prick, but they're just annoying, especially when it comes to Katee Sackhoff's character and the character played by the horny kid from American Pie. Wait, actually, that describes all of them. The one that was in A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Yeah, there you go, that one. And if they're not being annoying, they're just doing really dumb things, especially considering that they're being watched all over the internet. Like, why are they getting naked? Why are they attempting to have sex? It just doesn't seem right. And through a good chunk of this movie, it's kind of dull. There's not a whole lot going on except for two things. When Michael Myers pops up here and there, it's actually pretty amusing, and he does get some interesting kills. And the other thing that helps is Busta Rhymes. I know it's a weird thing to say, but every time Busta Rhymes is in this movie, he is hilarious. And I don't know if it was supposed to be intentionally hilarious, but I just could not stop laughing every time he was on screen because he is overacting. He's a TV producer that learned Kung Fu from watching old Kung Fu movies, and it's just hilarious. The best thing I could say about this movie, I'm going to say this right now, I like it more than Halloween 5 and 6, and that's because it's hilarious. There's so many unintentionally funny moments spread throughout. 3 moments really stick to me, and one of them is how the movie ends. The first scene that had me laughing hard is when Busta Rhymes is dressed up like Michael Myers, attempting to try to scare the contestants, but he's being stalked by the real Michael Myers. He thinks it's one of his crew members and doesn't really put it together that it's actually Michael Myers. So the whole scene consists of Busta Rhymes shouting at Michael Myers while wearing a Michael Myers mask, and it's hilarious. I'm playing Michael Myers. If those kids come in and see us wearing the same thing, you're gonna ruin the whole effect. God damn it! You don't get it? You don't get it? Your shit ain't working up there or something? I left the back door open for your ass to get out and go to the garage. Go! Get the fuck out of Dodge! There's just something about Busta Rhymes shouting at Michael Myers while dressed as Michael Myers that has me rolling on the floor laughing. Another moment that had me laughing is when Katee Sackhoff's character gets decapitated. Basically, it plays out like the scene in Hellfest where the characters think that it's a practical joke and they're like, yeah, go ahead, kill her. It'll be a fun effect. But then Michael Myers actually kills Katee Sackhoff by just one swing of his kitchen knife. Not a machete, not a chainsaw, no, a kitchen knife. Just one clean swipe, and Katee Sackhoff's head goes flying off and rolling down the stairs up to our main character's feet, and that had me laughing. And then the ending of the movie and how they defeat Michael Myers is ridiculous. Because we're down to the final girl. Everyone else has been killed except her and Busta Rhymes. So Michael Myers corners her in a garage. Something happens to where the garage is being set on fire and the entire house is burning down. So then Busta Rhymes breaks into the garage to save the girl, and he looks at Michael Myers and goes, "Trick or treat, motherfucker." Grabs a shovel, slams it against Michael Myers, starts beating him senseless. Michael Myers knocks him down for a bit, and then Busta Rhymes pulls out an electrical cord, jabs it into Michael Myers' testicles, where Michael Myers is flown backwards, caught on some wires, standing in a pool of Tyra Banks' blood, as Busta Rhymes puts the electrical cord on the blood, and that somehow electrocutes Michael Myers and burns him up. Not as bad as in Halloween 2, but still burnt, which I don't think that's how blood works, or maybe that was gas. I actually don't know, because it looked like blood, and the corpse of Tyra Banks was hanging up on the ceiling, so I don't know. This movie is, I don't have much else to say about this movie. It's not good. I'm going to say that right now. It's not good. It's terrible. But it's very enjoyable if you're in the right mood. Basically, if you have your friends over, got some beer, got some weed, just put this movie on, you guys will be laughing your ass off. And I will say, I think this is a better movie than Jason X, because at least this movie actually looks like a Hollywood film instead of Jason X, which looks like a porn parody without the porn, or at least the hardcore porn. So I give it props on that, and again, I like this better than Halloween 5 and 6, because this is the definition of a good bad movie. However, the rating, I'm still going to say don't waste your money on it, because it is awful. But again, it's hilarious if you catch it while you're in the right mood. Because I'd rather watch a bad movie that has me laughing, because there's some entertainment value there, rather than a movie that bores me out of my mind, or is so downright confusing that it just frustrates me. So, yeah. Sue me all you want. I like Halloween Resurrection more than 5 and 6. And that's my review for Halloween Resurrection. And that concludes the original Halloween series, especially since I've already reviewed the Blumhouse film. But we're not done. In the mid to late 2000s, the biggest trend in horror movies was remakes. So every horror movie was being remade, including Halloween. So next time I will be talking about the 2007 remake of Halloween, directed by Rob Zombie. But first, I want to hear what you guys have to say about Halloween Resurrection. If you've seen it, what did you think? Do you think I'm crazy for liking this over 5 and 6? Do you find it enjoyable because of how hilarious it is? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.